Hello everyone and welcome back to my Berserk read through. I've been so excited to jump back in and continue reading with you guys. I was expecting to have the upload frequency increase with editing the videos a bit faster now, switching to reading in a digital format. It hasn't happened at this stage. Everything's been incredibly busy. I've got a lot going on this month, so still getting them to you weekly, but hoping to get them out. Maybe an extra video per week so we can get through the story faster. So do apologize on that one, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the read through when the episodes do drop. Last time was A Wind of Swords and Nosferatu Zod. We're now getting into Master of the Sword and Assassin in this episode. So we will jump straight in. I'm just glad that we're covering more story now. The chapters are shorter, so we're able to kind of like push through complete story, like contained stories in the Golden Age arc. So we'll continue with our first page, which is this way, sideways, which is "Death will pay you a visit, a death you can never escape," is how the Master of the Sword Chapter 1 starts. They've gone for a different double spread instead. They wanted to give it to us that way, instead of just having it on one page. But as we scroll down, we have Guts looking upwards at Nosferatu Zod, "A death you can never escape," as Zod decided to get the hell out of there once he saw Griffith's Baillet. He was like, "See you later. Bye. Maybe we'll meet again." And left. But that is now over. So we're at Wyndham Castle, the royal capital of Midland. "Did you hear about the Band of the Hawk?" "Yes. You mean about Griffith's Grave's injuries in their recent battle? The soldiers were saying that some giant fell beast appeared in a Tudor stronghold. Just a falsehood. It's to conceal their own blunder. A simple but effective child's trick. But it seems it was not just one or two who witnessed it. Besides, they were eventually successful in subduing the stronghold. Even if he was wounded, you cannot call that a blunder. This will be another step in the successive rise of his merit. It's so vexing." Guts walking through on crutches and a bit of an outfit change. The successive rise of his merit. So I think that they're talking about, because it's his merit, and they're talking about the Band of the Hawk. I'm assuming that they're talking about Griffith, to be honest, the rise of his merit. But Guts walking past. "That is the captain of the Hawk's raiders. Clear the way, you churl. That last battle was quite the calamity. A beast appearing on the battlefield, eh? Huh? Did you receive those wounds at the hands of said beast?" I'm actually surprised that Guts isn't necessarily reacting very harshly to a hand on the shoulder here. He's kind of probably because of the state that he's in, he's just kind of like allowing this. "Perhaps in the darkness you mistook some mutt for a monster?" Shoves the crutch down on his foot. "Oh! How dare you!" "Sorry, the pains made me dizzy." "You bastard! Face my sword!" All Guts had to do was one of those sharp stares. He just instantly goes, "Oh, okay. Scary." Scary, Guts. Guts is scary. But yeah, Guts didn't immediately just like freak out, push him off. Here's Pippin. "Guts. What are you all doing here? Should you be walking yet?" "Casca. It's your fault. Flashing back to Casca letting him have it, where Griffith almost bit the dust. Don't worry about it. Everyone knows that wasn't your fault. Casca got as worked up as the rest of us, and she blurted that out. Don't sweat it. So, what's everyone doing? We're all here to pay Griffith a visit, but there's a line. Wow. All of the noblemen wanted to pay him a visit. Who are they? Oh, official bishops. Dignitaries from the royal court. The world's as kind as it is cruel, you know. There are statesmen who see Griffith as just an annoying upstart commoner, but there are also some like them who think if they stake a claim on him now, it'll pay off down the road. Well, guess it's only natural. These days, Griffith's all wins and no losses. In fact, he's head of the mightiest armed force in Midland. Alright. Alright, huh? Hey! Weren't you listening just now? I was listening. So what? So what? What do you mean, so what? I'm saying you need to wait here until the dignitaries have finished their audience. What difference does it make? It's just dropping in on a wounded man who gives a damn about social status. Guts! I'm going. Out of the way. Do not. You shall not pass. Please wait until the dignitaries are finished. You're gonna challenge Guts. You're gonna draw arms against Guts. Even in a man in crutches, he'll knock you right down, and knocks him right down. Guts. It's one hell of a dodge. Knave. Ha! Right. Give me a break. Kicks him down too. All the way down the stairs. Sorry. Oh boy. That dumbass. Want to come, Rickett? Yo, Griff. Oh. You want more? Give it a... Fucking Casca just... Spoosh! Get punched right in the face. Just a nice smack. Griffith! Guts, learn your manners. Ah! The hell? You crazy bitch! Crying. Guts just keeps pressing the wrong buttons for her. Just keeps pissing her off in the way that he is. Why? Why do you always have to be this way? Why does Griffith bother with a guy like you so much? What's that about? Ow. I'm the one who should be crying. That ain't no woman's punch. And he walks away. Hey, Guts. Forget it. I'll just come back. Still, I kind of know how Guts feels. Lately, Griffith has been kind of hard to approach, I guess. It's like he's drifted away from us some. He's blending in with the nobles, with the dignitaries. He doesn't have time. He's gaining their favor. Here we go. Guts doing his training. Swing heavy sword. Must swing sword lots to get stronger with swinging sword around. With much determination and focus. Now, and naturally, when you're doing a training session, when you're doing combat training, swinging a sword around, you need to have those flashbacks to motivate you to swing your sword harder with aggression. You're satisfied as long as you just get to cross swords with the enemy. You don't think about your comrades one bit. You're just a mad dog. Why do you always have to be this way? It's your fault. I love the transition from his initial expression to the first flashback, to the sword swing, to her emotions, to his furrowed brow. and then the "it's your fault" scream. I can just like I can see that perfectly in animation as well. I can see how they would draw that out. And he swings his sword down with anger. Damn it! What's that bitch's problem? Don't get angry. Griffith. You can swing a sword already. Even though you were wounded so much worse than I, you really are tough. Sorry about yesterday. I heard you came to see me with everyone else. Those officials all think they can gain favor by appearing to care for a wounded man day after day. It's enough to make me sick. But, oh well, it can't be helped. It's absolutely necessary in order to gain status in this kingdom. Nosferatu Zod. Huh? Who'd have thought that a monster that fantastic exists? It felt like I was having a nightmare. But if you look at it a different way, it might be proof that there's some huge something beyond human understanding in this world. For instance, what are called gods? Or something. Don't you mean devils? Who knows? Aren't they the same thing? By the way, how'd I make it out of that? I mean, I passed out partway through. That thing you wear around your neck. For some reason, he flew off when he saw that. The Bailet. If you can be said... Oh, hang on, wait. This is the thing when there's text at the top of the screen and I'm like, oh, there's a panel on top of it. Hang on. Switched back to my Griffith voice, or my Guts voice, whoever the hell's thought bubble this is. I think it's Guts's. Zod knew what that thing was. If you can be said to be a true friend of this man, then take heed. When his ambition collapses, death will pay you a visit, a death you can never escape. Which is words he said last time. Great foreshadowing there. Looks like this thing even protects against evil spirits. I'll have to go and thank the old gypsy woman. That's another one I owe you. Why is it? 3 years ago you said, I can't lose such an excellent soldier. But to put your life on the line for just one soldier, that's a hot-headed thing for a calm, composed guy like you to do. So why? My discussion from 3 years ago. You sure can be picky. There's no reason at all. Do I need one? Tell me, do I need a reason each time I put myself in harm's way? For your sake? That is the end of the first chapter of Master of the Sword. And that is also the end of the chapter and the volume. That is the end of volume 5. So we will now be moving into the next chapter, which is going to be chapter 7. We're moving into chapter 7, which is going to be the first chapter of volume 6, which is Master of the Sword, chapter 2. Open this up. Berserk 6. There we go. So that's our first cover, which shows, oh right, Guts and Casca taking cover in shelter. Right, so this is what we have to look forward to. The volumes fit so much more in. So we'll be reading Master of the Sword chapter 2 and the Assassin chapters today. So there we go. Tell me, do I need a reason each time I put myself in harm's way for your sake? Master of the Sword, Chapter 2. I love these moments between the characters where nothing is said. And it's just like these stares that they do. The range of emotion that gets expressed in just like these silent panels where nothing is happening except with what's going on in their eyes, right? Their eyes tell you everything you need to know in these panels, and I love how they're detailed. I also love like just having like stuff in the environment, like leaves and stuff, just like floating by with the wind. Like it's a great touch. No, why, it's the White Hawk. Have your injuries healed? This is the king, right? This is King Boy with the crown. Wow. Why, your majesty. Hey, Guts. You there! You are before the king! How dare you! No matter. Raise your heads. I am simply on a stroll. But sire... The castle is teeming with agitation from all the successive battles and war councils. There is not even a moment's rest to be had. Let me introduce you. This is my younger brother, Count Julius. He is General of the White Dragons and second in succession to the throne of Midland. I am Griffith. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Humph. I remember this dude. I remember that smug asshole of a face anywhere. I remember this guy. Incidentally, Sir Griffith, the battlefield exploits of your band of the Hawk are always most impressive. My gracious thanks. When I see the daring valor with which you all fight, it makes even this old man's blood seem to boil. I recall when of old my subjects and I would run about the battlefield, alas, when I was young. Sire, speaking that way with a mere troop commander. Come, there is no wrong in it. It is true that there are statesmen who do not think favourably of such people. They say that the influence of those of common origin will reflect poorly on our army's prestige. But prestige, status, and the like do not win battles, nor do they feed the people. These are troubled times. I anticipate that rather than noble generals who are bound to old customs, it is common draftees such as yourself, not taken in by status, who will help form the cornerstone of this kingdom. For your sincere word of thanks, I am most grateful. The princess! The princess! There she is. And catches the eye of Griffith. Who might that lady be? Huh? Oh, my daughter, Charlotte. She is shy. She claims to dislike stern soldiers, and seldom does she venture outside the palace. Charlotte tucks away and hides behind a pillar. Just as you see, perhaps because she is my only daughter, I have spoiled her to some degree. Excuse her, Lord Griffith. Come, let us go, Charlotte. Oh, this is when... Yeah, okay. This is this moment. She walks down the stairs past Griffith. Trips on a rock. And with lightning-fast reflexes, Griffith has caught her. Catches Charlotte. Your pardon. Please, be careful. How dare you touch the princess, you bastard! And... backslaps him right in the face, because he obviously didn't even see what happened. And then Griffith is like, So we've got Julius, which is protecting everyone aggressively, and then we've got Guts, who's going to protect Griffith aggressively. He's like, hey, pal! Griffith stops him. Please, pardon my rudeness. Your lordship, General Julius. As blood begins to trickle from the mouth. What are you doing? Nothing at all, father. Now, let us go, princess. And they share a stare. And I'm just going to try and not think about what's to come with these two. And we're just going to continue with the story. Because, wow, that's a really interesting meeting there. I wonder what's going to happen with those guys. They might be a cute couple. But Guts does express a smile. Oh, Julius. I wonder what's going to happen to him. He's going to lead a great long life, I reckon. Oh, but did you hear? They say that thanks to his merits in the last battle, Lord Griffith could be made a count. I did hear that. He is just superb, even prettier than me, and I'm a woman. How frustrating. Not only that, he's leader of the strongest military group in the kingdom and the best swordsman. It's just too much. Yes, that it is. He's so elegant and dignified, it's hard to believe he's a commoner like us. And he's so much more refined than those awkward aristocrats. On that note, the officers in the castle are also boorish and rude. It's disgusting. The other officers are pitiful compared to Lord Griffith. Oh yes, right. You gotta get yourself a soft boy like Griffith. Who wants Count Julius when you can have Griffith, right? Hey, you maidservants, what are you chattering about? There you go. Chirping sparrows. Such a loud shout will resound throughout the entire castle. You seem most disturbed, Lord Julius. Minister Foss. Does something concern you? It's nothing. Incidentally, General, did you hear the debate about the King's Guard for the upcoming autumn hunt? It's customary that that be left each year to my White Dragon Knights. But what? I hear it was determined by the King's command that this year it will be the Band of the Hawk. What? That can't be! The autumn hunt is an important event for the King to foster goodwill among his lords. Guarding His Majesty should be an honourable duty permitted only to fall upon the White Dragons, who have always been part of the regular army. To think that until yesterday that band of robbers could be promoted, and then... What could His Majesty be thinking? Are you certain this is permissible? I really like contrast between characters sometimes as well, in their art style and how they're drawn. Is sometimes you'll have a character like Julius, with lots of hair, lots of details in the hair, lots of details in like the shading and like the wrinkles and the stress in their eyes, and then you'll have like a fairly simple character alongside it, which just shows like there's a lot of different art styles that can like be at play. In a sense, like the handmaidens are also drawn quite simply. To the point where Count Julius stands out among the rest quite a lot. Like, we've got so many different like shading and like filling styles here, like the texture of the cape and the texture of the sleeves, and how soft his hair looks, and then the shading and like the cross hatching on his armor, like just being able to like you can see and identify all of the different textures there, which I think is really cool. I love the artwork and all the designs. Costume design is and the character designs are really good. But let me catch up to where I was. Sorry. What? It seems that the glory of the White Dragon Knights, formerly admired as our kingdom's mightiest, has faded due to the recent activities of the Band of the Hawk. One wonders in the name, One wonders if the name of the courageous General Julius will end up being erased by that of Griffith. How dare you! And all this anger in his face. When it grays out his whole face, but those like the piercing white eyes. It is a rumor told by many. However, one cannot scorn his ability on the battlefield. That the band of the Hawk is ever victorious is an indisputable fact. He is surely a godsend in our time of conflict. The fighting shows no sign of ending soon. In such case, he will continue to distinguish himself militarily. Furthermore, the way he has integrated himself, His Majesty seems to have placed a terribly high value on the boy. If we aren't careful, Griffith might even reach the level of general. Ridiculous! I won't accept it. Buddy, you're stressed. You need to chill out. That guy needs to chill. That guy needs to chill the hell out. I've never even heard of a common-born general. That boy? A general like me? You mean that humble commoner will speak to me on the same level? Such a possibility does exist, it is said. Never. I swear I'll never accept it. However, speaking of customary events, hunting is an inherently dangerous thing. One never knows what kind of beasts may be concealed in the forests and thickets. Say what? At times, an unexpectedly dangerous beast may lie in hiding. What do you even mean to say? Or perhaps a stray arrow meant to strike prey could at some point fly wildly. A stray arrow well covered in poison. Come on, where's the moment of realization? you couldn't possibly. A stray arrow, General. A stray arrow, eh? Interesting. Planting the seed in his mind. Planting the seed in his mind. A fitting way for a commoner to die. And then time passes. We are now at night. Guts laying on the rooftops, pointing big sword to the moon. He says, "Next, I'm coming for you, moon. I'm gonna slice you up." Oh, that's a great shot, having Griffith reflected in the moon. Tell me, do I need a reason each time I put myself in harm's way for your sake? For your sake, huh? That one time, it was this same sort of glaringly bright full moon when he had an arrow in his chest and he was lying staring at the sky when he ran away from Gambino's camp after that night. I don't know if this is the answer I was searching for or not, but for now I'll wield my sword. For his sake. That's the end of Master of the Sword, Chapter 2. Very interesting, nice little 2 chapters. We go into Master of the Sword, and then obviously we'll be going into the assassin story now, which is, a stray arrow. Let's go out on a hunt. And hopefully a stray arrow doesn't come and pierce you. But obviously there we have our final page, and then we can move into chapter 8. So we'll be moving into this one now, our first page of Assassin, chapter 1, as it loads up for me. So we will get into that one now. Alright, so we continue with our first page of Assassin, chapter 1, being Charlotte, in probably a place that we have seen in the anime. That one particular place where it all goes down. Such an interesting spiral of events that's about to take place. Looks like we've got foxes on the run. Ha! As they get charged by the dogs with their goddamn eyes. Dogs chasing after the foxes as they run away. People watch from a distance. Quite the tenacious prey. Would your majesty care to join the chase once? No, I wish not to. I would soon tire at my age. Besides, it would displease them all if I were to come from the flank and steal their hard-fought game. How magnanimous. It's whenever there's a big word that is cut in half, I'm like, yes, reading. How magnanimous. 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 That's it. There we go. Magnanimous. They stand and they watch. With Griffith also watching. With Mr. Stray Arrow waiting for the signal. No! It'll escape to the thicket! Fucking... that face of Guts. It's like, nope, you're not going this way. Make him turn around. Whoa, you did it, boy! What's the matter? Why do we gotta tag along while the nobles goof off? It's ridiculous. Can't be helped. It's part of the job too. Besides, it's a lot easier than going out to battle. No worries about getting killed. It feels more natural to me when I'm swinging this around. For God's sake, is that all you got in that head of yours? Caucus, again? Shut up! Listen, we're the guard for the autumn hunt. It's an honourable duty that until now has always been reserved for the kingdom's native-born white dragon knights. It's a privilege for just a chosen few, as it were. We've run around covered in mud on battlefields for so many years to earn that privilege. We've risked our lives so many times. And you say it's ridiculous? Guts just has nothing to say. He's just like, Caucus. If you like swinging your sword around that much, do it on your own, killing fool. And Casca glances over, observing the situation. Looking over to see our lovely Charlotte, also observing, but looking away from the moment of the kill. Oh, but it was a miss. Do you dislike hunting? As Griffith pulls up alongside, when she breathes a sigh of relief that the fox was missed. Today is the first time I've come to the hunting grounds. My father invited me, so I felt I must accompany him. But I do not think that I will grow to like hunting. It is cruel. War is the same way. Why is it that men enjoy little more than shedding blood? To which our lovely Griffith pulls a leaf off of a branch and starts rolling it in his mouth, and I believe he is whistling a tune. My. And she begins to do the same. Or struggles to, judging by the scribble in the speech bubble. So, like this. Here. And they start whistling to each other through the leaves. This is actually kind of cute. This is a cute moment, actually. What is that face of Casca's? Just... She goes by. Bah! High and mighty. Excellency. Just wait. The chance will no doubt come. Wait for when he's alone. Hey, there it is! Drive it out! As a wild boar is chased out of the bushes, it startles Charlotte's horse, triggering the horse to then run for its life, sprinting away, taking Charlotte with it. And Griffith immediately gives chase. Hey, look! Count Julius gives the signal to the crossbowman. Where he like immediately lines up the shot. It's like immediately. Not even like going to go somewhere else. Off he goes. He loads it up. And Griffith chases Charlotte into this particular open area with shallow waters and gets a handle on the horse. Whoa, whoa! It is all right. Oh, and then she falls off the horse into Griffith's arms. He's waiting. He's waiting to take this shot. Are you hurt at all? What is the matter? I was scared. Very scared. What a shock. My heart is still pounding. I've never been on such a wild horse ride in my life. Oh. Your fear seems to have already fled somewhat. If you zoom in, her face in this top bottom right panel is actually very silly looking. Griffith! Come, let us return. Everyone is worried as we watch an arrow flying through the air at top speed. Right into the chest without anyone having enough time to react. Griffith just looks stunned at the arrow plunged deep into his chest. And that is the end of Chapter 1 of Assassin. And the Casca's face in this panel in particular. Like, what is that expression? What is that expression? We now move into Chapter 9. We're now moving to Chapter 9. Assassin. Chapter 2. As the chapter art starts off with this shot in particular. Griffith! And there it is. This is the panel that starts it all in Assassin Chapter 2. He falls down, shocked by the blow. Griffith! Griffith, are you okay? Hang on. Hey, Princess! What the hell's going on? Where'd that arrow come from? I do not know. Ow! Let go! Oh no. If we aren't careful, his heart might... No way! Guts looking out for the shooter. That arrow's been well soaked in the deadly poison of the Calabar bean. Even if it's just a scratch, he's done for. Griffith! Don't get so worked up. Which ends up getting the attention of our shooter. Huh? Griffith! But the arrow! Are you alright? He pulls it right out. What's that? Poison, I'd say. And a rather strong one. Then why? It was this. It acted as a shield. That baylet, huh? That baylet blocked the blow of the arrow. There it is with a little mark in there. The egg of the king. Is that the necklace you always wear? Are you serious? Good grief, there's no way. Do things like that even happen? The devil's own luck. Really, it's literally a good luck charm. Devil's luck. Yeah, this is no ordinary luck. Griffith, you should take off your armor. We have to see whether you're injured. I'm fine. It really was nothing. Don't say that! Everyone's stunned faces at Casca's worry. It was coated in poison, right? There's a risk even with a small wound. I'm alright, honestly. It didn't even graze me. But... Excuse me. I'm sorry. If I had been able to handle a horse more ably, this would not have... What do you mean? It is our duty to protect you as well. Anyway, though, who did this? Who out there wants our boss dead? Low-life bastard. We'll kill him. Wait, if they were aiming... What if they were aiming for the princess? Either way, we can't have it. I'm going to search the undergrowth around here with my men. Come on, let's go, Gaston. Right now. Check this piercing stare, though, right here. He's good at doing those, like, piercing eyes. He goes, bah! Failed attempt. A high price to pay. Eh? For this poison. Oh, that smile. That failed attempt's going to cost you. And we're back at Wyndham Castle. That was pathetic. Please forgive me. However, I don't want to hear your excuses. The conclusion that this was a Tudor assassin aiming for the princess means that this incident is settled for now. Almost no suspicion whatsoever rests on our shoulders. But thanks to this, we've given Griffith the merit of being the one who protected the princess with his own body. The commoners heard the rumour and immediately enshrined the boy as some hero. Even the king seems terribly happy. We've effectively helped him advance even further. It's the pinnacle of ineptitude. But if the arrow was meant for the princess, what an amazing coincidence it made to pierce his heart. Then do you suggest that I go before His Majesty and inform him that you aimed it at Griffith? The important thing is, despite that, he's still alive. But it was highly unlikely such a thing would... Enough! Be gone! Ugh. He sits in his little fancy chair in his little fancy room, being a little fancy bitch. Those eyes, like he was trying to daunt me. Like he was looking down on some worthless thing. That was his expression. Ridiculous. I'm royalty, second in line to the throne of Midland. Compared to that common boy, there's a world of difference in both social standing and rank. And yet, it was the same during the hunt, for one instant. Like a beast hunting prey, yes. Looking at me with eyes just like a hawk's. Those piercing eyes. Could it be? No. It couldn't. The other lords were present too. It was just our eyes meeting for an instant. Above all, there isn't any proof. It couldn't be. Got Guts in the tower. Big buff boy in his little tank top, walking up the stairs. Guts. Hi. Sorry to call you up so late. Wait there a minute. I'll be done shortly. There's more again. Have you read all these? Well, most of them. To become great, one has to be able to do more than fight. Having said that, half of them are just light reading. History, religion, philosophy, chemistry, tactics, and then quirky ones like cosmetics or cooking. Blech. Even things like this. Want to borrow it? Even things like this. Here's some porn, Guts. Guts is just like, So, you need me to do something? As Guts is like probably reading that same book, he's like, what are these positions? I'd like you to kill a man for me. That is the end of Assassin Chapter 2. Now, I don't remember this part. Like I said, when we're rereading, when I'm reading this, I have mentioned that I have made myself, hold back on rewatching the anime, as to, get filled in again and surprised on some areas that I've forgotten. And this is like one of those. This is like one of those moments, which is really good. So I forget that this interaction has taken place, and it's also good because I'm not aware of like what happened in the manga that hasn't happened in the anime, so on and so forth. So that's why it's nice that I held off rewatching. I'm gonna rewatch the series after I get past the Golden Age arc, which is going to be nice. So then I'll have more of a complete understanding of like what's done in each series. So that's very interesting. And then we're given this scene of cloaked Guts, where he's going to go on a mission. He's going to go on a mission for Griffith to kill a man. So we will now begin with Chapter 10. Which is Assassin, Chapter 3, at the Julius Manor, where we have Guts going in straight away. Kill? Who? The man second in line to this kingdom's throne, General of the White Dragons, Count Julius. That guy, huh? The reason is this. This arrow is coated with an extract of the colorball bean. An ordinary person would never typically possess it. As poisons go, it's highly deadly. I checked with each doctor in town, and only one of them handles this. Furthermore, only one person has purchased it recently. Apparently, the man said to be the best bowman among the white dragons. So covert, guys, leaving no trace of your assassination attempt. I paid off one of the maids to investigate him. This evening, she happened to see him coming out of Count Julius's office looking like he'd been severely berated. She wasn't able to catch any details of the conversation, but they were discussing the disturbance of the assassination attempt. I still haven't talked about this with anyone. It's for those reasons that I'm asking you to do this. This is an assassination. It's fundamentally different from crossing swords with an enemy in battle. It's dirty work. Failure isn't permissible at all, nor is your face being seen. Which is why I think it then goes, into it's for those reasons that I'm asking you to do this. Can I count on you? It ain't like you. Just cut to the chase and order me to do it, like always. There he is, stalking on top of the rooftops. As he observes from a distance, as we see Count Julius and the child practicing sword fighting. Julius, lucky me. Huh. Who's that kid? Definitely a fair sword fight for Julius to just be like practicing with a kid. Stand! What's the meaning of this? You call yourself a son of royalty? Now stand up. Stop resting. Your enemy won't wait for you in battle. Highness, please, let that be enough for today. Begone with you, Hassan. Adonis must someday become the leader of my White Dragon Knights and command the mightiest force in the land. And that's not all. As royalty, he may possibly wed Princess Charlotte and gain control of all of Midland. So there we go, Adonis, that's his name. It's what a son of royalty is destined to do. The importance of this duty is different from that which befalls other men. Come at me. Try to get through my defenses at least once. As he charges, and the clash of swords begin once again. Only to be brutally smacked back, sword flying in the air. Very well. Enough for today. Don't cool down too much. It affects tomorrow's training. Are you alright? That is a grievous wound. I will tend it right away. Young master, do not be disheartened. Ever since the Countess died, your father has tried desperately to do all he can on his own to raise you as a knight. Please do not resent his actions. Guts still watching from the shadows. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Guts thinking about Gambino, who lost Sis and was training Guts at the same time. It's a very similar storyline there. With some differences, but similar storyline there. That Guts can relate to how Adonis is feeling. Can't be careless at a time like this. Your Highness, I understand your feelings, but if you could just be a bit gentler with the young master. Doubtless he bears the heavy responsibility of royalty, but Master Adonis is only 13, and he must miss his mother so. Begging your pardon, this fierce training these past few days has been somewhat off the mark. Yes, I understand. You may go, Hassan. I've been unsuccessful with my duties in the castle lately. Maybe my frustrations got the best of me a bit. I earnestly hope you will not be unreasonable. And yet again, throwing another cup on the ground. He doesn't know how to control his anger as he sees the image of Griffith in the burning flames. Ugh. And the wind blows the candles out. The wind? And he locks eyes, with a hooded figure walking out from the shadows. And an intruder. Julius quickly goes to grab the sword held by the suit of armor. Guts charges with his, swinging it with such a cold, empty stare, and just slices right through, diagonally, right through the chest. Not even given a chance to fight back. Unfortunately revealing the face of Guts with the swing. I know you. You're Griffiths. And then he falls to his death. Now, if Guts could just be a little bit quicker and cover his hood back up to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, but unfortunately, that does not happen. Guts now has been caught. An intruder. And oh my god, man! Like this was a tough scene. I've been seen. Guts instinctively, like Adonis is in the shadows. He doesn't know. Instinctively, just sprints forward, lunging that sword, and plunges it right into Adonis's chest through the wall of the tower. Only for them to have that moment of realization of what he's just done. Plunging his sword right into the heart of Adonis to desperately try and cover his tracks. And that is the end of Assassin 3. Is that shot there of Guts instantly going, oh no, what have I done? He's like instantly just like, what have I done? Now he's going to have to deal with the consequences of those actions. As Adonis's lifeless body skirts onto the ground, the blood stain dragging across the wall, instantly dead. That is the beginning of Assassin, Chapter 4. He does let out some last grunts and his last breath, reaching out to Guts. He grabs onto his hand. Hey. Big internal bleeding, blood pouring from the mouth. Lets go of his hand as Adonis has passed. The way that Guts's response here is being captured is very good. Unfortunately, dude, Guts is still not putting his hood back up, so he has to leave no survivors because he's still not covering his face. What disturbance is this? Is anything the matter, Highness? Oh, Master Adonis! Intruder! And quickly Guts is like, I'm gonna just kill you now. This was supposed to be an assassination of one man. It has now turned into 3 men and a child. And there we go, hood's back up as he rushes through. The soldiers are moving, marching up the stairs to the tower. What happened? What's this uproar? A robber! A robber broke into His Highness's chamber. What? Say what? Dude, both those shots are so grim. Especially of Adonis. Oh, such a young child. How merciless. In the end, not once did this boy get to make his father smile. Master Hassan. Find him! The robber. You will not let him leave this house alive. Meanwhile, Guts is cleaning up this guard. Trying his best to leave no witnesses that can identify him. Being shot at with multiple bows. A bolt smacks him right in the left arm as he jumps down into the trees. He lands right down through all of the branches, crashes down onto the ground. Quickly needs to find his footing. A sewer. Find him! He fell over there! He quickly navigates his way, dropping down into the sewers as in a desperate escape. As he drops down, he's immediately transported somewhere else. He's transported in his mind to a sparring match with Gambino. The sound of swords clashing. That's Gambino. I was always desperate. Always trying to get you to appreciate me. Oh my god. Zod forms in front of them. This is how Adonis would have perceived Guts in this scenario. Like Adonis, Julius, and Guts. And as Guts swings in, ends his father's life right in front of him. Stop it! Stop! And then Zod ends Guts' life in the same way that Guts ended Adonis' life, right through the chest. He loses his life right in that moment. And there it is. That's bearing like a similar face. That's like Guts' stare right there. And he rouses from his flashback, coughing up blood. Navigating his way weakly through the sewers. We go back to society, to the Band of the Hawk. Ah man, I bet right now Griffith's eating good stuff at the princess's dinner party. It sure has its perks being a knight commander. I'm sure it's just stiff up there. That reminds me, where's Guts? I haven't seen him since this morning. He's probably just practicing with his sword alone again, the usual. He's just goofing off. His unit and mine were supposed to have a joint practice today. Now. And without any warning, he just... And then he walks in. Hey, give me that. No, I got it for myself. And Casca looks up in surprise, noticing Guts at the door, looking very beaten, bruised, and ragged. Guts. Oh. Cut it out. Guts, where have you been all day? It's been a rough day thanks to you. And why do you look like that? Did you fall at the moat or something? Griffith. Eh? Where's Griffith? Griffith? Is at a dinner party hosted by Princess Charlotte at Primrose Hall. Alright. Hey, I wasn't finished. Hey, what's with Guts? That's an arrow wound. Like, this is the dumbest thing that Guts could be doing right now. It's like, bro, you need to not be here. You need to lay low. Link up with Griffith in the morning. Send him a text when he wakes up. Griffith, job done. Where to meet? XOX. Right? And as he's walking up the stairs, he notices at the top of the staircase, Griffith. Griffith and Charlotte at the majestic water fountain, which is the end of Assassin number 4. And we're about to get that lovely scene with Griffith and Charlotte at the fountain. I believe Casca catches up to Guts in this moment. They sort of like bear witness. They bear witness to this. So this is actually going to be the chapter precious thing. So actually, we will leave this until next time. I was getting so drawn in there that I thought that there was 5 chapters of Assassin. There was 4 chapters of Assassin, and now we are into the next chapter, new story to tell. So we will leave it there after the assassination, multiple assassination attempts on both sides, one of them being successful for the most part on Guts's behalf. So yeah, we're familiar with these scenes from the anime. Some of it I'm filling in those blanks again that I've forgotten about, but it's definitely interesting to see how it's being drawn. And I think it was definitely a really good collection of chapters. The assassin storyline is very cool in the drama, and seeing Griffith's rise to power with his talents. He's going to be in quite a good place of standing with the king. I'm definitely excited to continue this one with the chapter Precious Thing next time, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this read through of Master of the Sword and Assassin, and I will see you next time for some more chapters. Thank you.